you guys? Welcome back to As Told by Kenya. In today's video, we have another Kenya Has Thoughts where Kenya runs through a few topics to come discuss them with you guys. The first thing that I have to discuss is everything going on with Diddy. There isn't any new information. It's just CNN obtained a video of Diddy assaulting Cassie. And the thing is, this doesn't change anything with me except what? Giving me clear proof that Diddy is exactly who I thought Diddy was. Here is the thing. Let's take everything that has happened with Cassie. Let's take that out of the equation for just a second. Diddy was already a thief. Diddy already was a thief. Diddy already had been accused of swindling and stealing and doing all sorts of stuff to people that already showed me he was morally corrupt. I don't care what nobody say. If you will steal from people the way that Diddy has been accused of stealing from people, you will do anything to anybody. Diddy has no integrity. Diddy has never walked around with integrity. So of course he could be up to all types of things. And then it doesn't help that I grew up in the blog culture. And in blog culture, people already said that Diddy was up to absolutely no damn good. And baby, where there's smoke, there's fire. So put that on top of already he was stealing. I already knew Diddy was just not a good person. So when Cassie came out and she pressed civil charges against Diddy and Diddy settled, there was a group of people. I will not say that it was a majority group of people, but there was a group of people who were saying that, oh, she just wanted money. She just wanted this. And I say this all of the time. Every time I come on here and I talk about a man abusing a woman, I always say, what if you're wrong? Do y'all ever sit with the fact when y'all are so quick to defend these men and try to poke holes in these women's stories and just say that they are just trying to get these men and they just trying to get their money? Have you ever thought that you are just wrong? The reason why I could never do that, number one, I'm not nasty. And number two is because I could not imagine being on the side of someone who is doing this type of stuff. Like, what if I am falling for the okie doke? I can't do it. I cannot do it. So when you say, oh my gosh, Cassie just wants money, Cassie only did this for the money, number one, I already told you, there is no issue with people who have dealt with harm or been harmed by somebody wanting monetary compensation. Like, please, there's number one, nothing wrong with that. And then number two, you do not know Cassie's reasonings. And then to try to belittle Cassie and make Cassie out to be a liar behind someone you don't know. That's the part that always blows me. Y'all will take the sides of these men and you don't know them because they dribble ball, because they sing song, because they've been in a couple movies, because they've just done things that you enjoy. You just take their side that they're just not a bad person, that they just absolutely cannot be doing this stuff. But this leads to a bigger thing about role models. A lot of these men are y'all role models. They are y'all role models. They are the people who you want to be like because you do not look to the people actually around you. Look to the school teachers around you. Look to the community leaders around you and make them your role models. Stop making these people who sing song, dribble ball, act in movie your role models. You don't know these people. You do not know these people. So when these people do these out disgusting things, y'all are quick to defend them because you have put so much of yourself onto this person. Like, oh, this man is the pinnacle of what like blackness is. And I just simply do not get it. And I just don't understand being on their side. But to then say that Cassie was lying and it's come out like obviously she's not. Let's be clear. I never thought that Cassie was lying. It's just like, how do you feel? Why does it take seeing a video for you to be on these women's side? Why does it take that? I don't understand it. Y'all are weird. I wish Cassie nothing but the best. Obviously, I continue to wish Cassie nothing but the best. The thing that haunts me is the fact that as someone, like I said, grew up in the blog culture, you guys know I love mess. I love social media. I love being the celebrity gossip. That's my thing. I saw pictures of Cassie and Diddy, and just to know someone was living in hell and being terrorized and tormented, and we all just looked. We all just looked. And of course, it's not our fault. It's just you don't know what people are going through. And you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. And it's honestly terrifying. It is honestly terrifying. So then you have gotten people who have been like, Cassie has always she has just always come across sweet. Cassie is soft-spoken, all of this stuff. And so, like, people are now doing this thing where they're saying, like, if that was me, I would have been different. This would have never happened to me. This would have... Rough Rider, calm down. Calm down. This thing that a lot of women like to do, where they like to, like, other themselves. I know it's a defense mechanism. I know the reason why you do this. The reason why you do this, I don't think is coming from a bad place. It's a place of protectiveness. Because anybody can be in a domestic violence situation and anyone can be abused by their partner, there's this idea, if you put up this, like, wall, if you build this, like, can't nobody try me, ain't nobody gonna do this, it makes you feel better, it makes you sleep better at night. But the reality is we are all at the whims of our partner, at our romantic partners, especially women. And you're never too cute, you're never too smart, you're never too mean, you're never too much of a bully, you're never too aggressive, you're never too this, to stop it. Like, if someone wants to abuse you, they just will. They just simply will, and there's nothing that you can do. You just wake up one day and you're in this situation, and it's not as easy as you think to leave them. Never judge a woman for why she didn't leave her situation or what she shouldn't. It's just simply not that easy. You think people want to live like this? Like, no, it's not that easy. And then take on top of that the amount of money, access, and everything else in between that Diddy has. Like, just imagine. And so, like, doing this thing where it's just like, it's because Cassie's so sweet and it's like, oh, we would have just been fighting. And then can we discuss how when you do fight back at your partner, how it becomes that y'all just toxic? Ooh, they a toxic relationship. Ooh, they be going to blows. Like, you see what happens? The narrative quickly becomes that y'all are harming each other, and really you just defending yourself. You don't even gain anything from that, right? And so I say that to say this. All you should be sending Cassie's way is love. I wish her nothing but the best. But let's get on Diddy real quick, because Diddy released an apology. Diddy said that he was in a dark place and he was at his lowest and alcohol and died, but through Christ, and he's better and he's disappointed. There are two things I want to discuss. Two things that I want to discuss. Is Diddy going to bring up the fact that he lied? Is Diddy going to bring up the fact that after he settled out of court, he put up that statement to make it seem like he settled for this just to be over, but nothing that Cassie accused him of he actually did? Is he going to acknowledge the fact that he didn't tell the truth? Is he going to acknowledge the fact that the reason why he actually settled allegedly is just so this wouldn't come out? He knows this footage exists, and so he didn't want anything to come out. That's why he settled. And when he put that statement up, it was just to silence people. Like, hey, you'll never know what happens. But now you're going to sit here, because we have proof, you're just being like, well, I was just in a bad... You were willing to lie. And that's why y'all don't follow these people up. That's why you don't follow these people up. They will just say anything to cover their own ass. And y'all follow them up. Y'all listen to these... You guys, these people's backs are against the wall. Whenever these men are in these situations, y'all just believe what they say as if their backs are... They gain everything from lying. They gain everything from lying to you, and you just fall for it. They do. Like, what would them telling you the truth, what would they get out of it? What would they get? They're already a piece of shit, so they don't need a clear conscience. If that was the case, they wouldn't have done it. Lying to you is the best thing they should do. And so that's what he did, and he got caught in the lie. So that's number one. He needs to acknowledge the lie. And number two, let me tell you a little something. I've had good days. I've had bad days. I've been high and I've been low. And at both destinations, I did not beat up people. At neither destination did I put my hands on people, baby. So do not, like, there's also this thing with these men who are doing this to women where, like, they believe if they throw out the words, I was in a bad place, or it was drugs, it was alcohol, it was this, it was the devil, that we're all just supposed to take it. The thing is, that only works on people who are also pieces of shit, because people who also do the stuff that these men do, they hear that and be like, that's why I do it too. That's me too, twin. They hear it and they see themselves. That's who he's trying to appeal to. He's trying to appeal to the people who will empathize with him and be like, you know what? I've been there too. I've done terrible things to people, and you know what? It's just the devil on my back. But us people who been high and been low and ain't put our hands on nobody, we know that like you just don't have to do this to people. You did this because you thought that you could. You thought that you controlled this woman. You thought that this woman was your possession, and you're nasty. And you're nasty. I have absolutely nothing for Diddy. I do not want to see Diddy anymore. I do not want to talk about Diddy anymore. Just a nasty, corrupt, evil man. Go to hell. Like, it's just nasty. It's just gross. All those men in the comments of stuff who was defending him, they trying to bring down a black. Shut it up. Shut it up. Like, y'all, like, y'all just weird. Y'all will just take the sides of these people who are just so clearly corrupt. Like, just so clearly, purely corrupt. Anyways, let's move on to Jada Way. So there is a social media influencer. Her name is Jada. Y'all call her Jada Way. I like Jada Way well enough. I've never really tapped into the rapper baby mama. I know she has her own business. She's doing her own thing. She has her own money. No disrespect to the girl, but she stole somebody's swimsuit design. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because after it got brought up that she stole the design, she said, well, we all take designs from people. She been on my mood board. I've been on other people's mood boards. It's not that deep. And baby, yes, it is that deep. That's the issue with social media. That is the issue with social media. That is the issue we've been saying all this time. Everybody's starting a little boutique. Everybody's starting a little pop-up shop on Instagram. Everybody's doing all types of drop shipping bullshit. And nobody cares about integrity. Nobody cares about putting their name on stuff that is of moral standing. Like, it does matter. Like, you actually shouldn't get sent free clothes and then just decide you're going to take the design because people have taken stuff for you. Because I'm here to tell you, Jada Way, it shouldn't have happened to you either. You shouldn't have come up with something and then people just decide to steal it and act like it was theirs too. Like, that's the problem. It is a chain reaction. Someone fucks you over, so you just do that to people. And then it doesn't help that you have so much more money than the person whose stuff you were stealing. They paid you. They paid you to show off this bathing suit, and you still didn't think like, wow, maybe just ask them. Like, hey, I was inspired by you. Like, maybe just do it in good faith. Like I said, I like Jada Way, and like, I just think it's one of those things where it's just like, don't do that. Don't do that. But it's not just her. We see this happen with the Kardashians, people saying they're stealing stuff. Like, it's just like, because you're bigger, you think you're going to silence someone who's smaller. And you shouldn't want to do that. Like, why do you want your business to be aligned with something like that? You can come up with your own swimsuit designs, but that will open up a big thing of like, I don't know if this is like the case for Jada, obviously. I'm talking about more so other people who have been doing it. There's no actual desire to make anything of quality, to make anything new. It's just about getting quick money, getting your people who follow you to spend their money on you. That's simply all that it is. You don't care anything about what actually goes into any of this stuff. I will say Jada did give an apology. And if the girl is okay with the apology, the business is okay with the apology. Like, who am I? I ain't made no bikinis. I ain't did none of that. So you know what? You got it. Next thing, we need to move on to Mary J. Blige and her Giuseppe boots. Okay. So for like the past 5-6 years, it has been a social media thing for people to say that Mary J. Blige should come out with a boot. Because Auntie always got a boot on. Auntie always got a sickening boot on. So everybody's like, Mary J. Blige needs her own boot. Mary J. Blige needs her own boot. Well, finally, Mary J. Blige came out with a boot with Giuseppe. And the boot is about $1,500. And baby, the internet got upset. The discourse started that Mary J. Blige is for the cheap girls. Mary J. Blige should have collabed with a cheaper place in order to get her boot so that the people who listen to her music can buy it. Huh? I'm trying to follow this and I can't follow this. Here's the thing. If Mary J. Blige wants to make a cheaper boot, sure. I'm not saying Mary ain't never gonna make a cheap boot. Like, if she wants to do that, that's perfectly fine. But also, if Mary wants to make an expensive boot, as long as there's expensive boots, Mary should be able to make one. If Giuseppe wants to collab with Mary, why shouldn't she do the boot? Like, it's not making sense to me. And the people who it's for, they can buy the boot, and the people who's not, they either wait for Mary to do a cheaper one, or they sticks to the lakes and the rivers that they used to. Like, I'm confused. Why does Mary have to put out a cheap boot? And then what about Mary J. Blige ever gave broke? What about Mary J. Blige has always given ghetto fabulous. She has always given ghetto fabulous. Now, here's the thing. I'm an auntie, but I ain't that old, so I don't know too much about 90s Mary, how she was hitting the scene. All I got is the music. But I know since I've been aware of Mary and seen Mary, it has always given ghetto fabulous. When Mary is sitting court down at the Knicks game, she is Gucci down to the socks. Like, what about it gave Aldo? What about it gave Steve Madden? The bigger question becomes how you feel about Mary J. Blige, the people who listen to Mary J. Blige music. That's the thing. Who y'all allow, and here's the thing, I don't want to get too philosophical and too into it because we are just talking about consumerism and like stuff. And so it doesn't matter that much. But like, there is a question to be had about who y'all allow to make luxury items and who y'all don't. Who y'all think is deserving of like high price tags and who isn't. And the thing is that always kills me when y'all complain about the pricing of certain things that aren't necessities or aren't already proven to be cheap. Like, oh, this is cheap material and clearly it's overpriced. What always blows me about this is that you don't have to buy it. Mary did not put a gun in nobody's head and be like, y'all better buy these fucking Giuseppe's because y'all been begging it up. She didn't do that. She did not say that y'all need to buy them. Her price is her price. That's the price of Giuseppe's. And so either buy the boot or don't buy the boot, but regardless, you're going to have to keep it pushing. And regardless, you are going to have to move on. Like, I'm so confused. Like, that blew my mind. This idea that Mary just has to make a cheap boot because some of her fans don't have money, that could literally apply to anybody. Like, anybody. So what, Rihanna isn't allowed to sell foundation for $38 because some of her people is broke? Because some of her fans are broke. She not allowed to make $40 foundations. Beyonce not allowed to sell $28, $30 shampoo because some people broke. Like, that's just simply not how it works. How it works is, if you believe it's overpriced, if you believe you not spending your money on it, don't. Be like, oh, I ain't got it. I don't got it. I don't got money for Mary J. Blige $100 Giuseppe's. But like, I ain't faulting a girl. Like, I ain't faulting a girl on it. Like, who am I? Who am I to care? And then I just don't believe that everybody who loved Mary just broke. Like, Mary has a more mature audience because of how long she's been around. So, like, some of them got money for it. Some of them got money. The same, and that applies to anybody doing anything. Mary ain't the first person to come out with an expensive boot. And some people buy it. Some people don't, and then we move the hell on. Y'all don't do this when a celebrity does like a fashion campaign with Dior, with Versace, with Valentino, with whatever. Y'all don't be like, her fans can't even afford Valentino. You don't do that. You don't do that. You just let it be. You just let it be and you move the hell on. Like, okay, the people who is for. So why all this for Mary? Because the thing is, relatableness is a blessing and a curse. You live and die by being relatable. When people feel like they can relate to you, or you're like they sister, they auntie, they mother, they never let you grow out of that. The minute they no longer are able to put you in a box that they can relate to, oh, they have all the animosity in the world for you. They start projecting all types of things onto you that you ain't never said or did. Like, you just start getting all types of like smoke from the people who was just yesterday calling you bestie. And it's just like, what happened? It's a relatable. This is a blessing and a curse. It gets people to like gravitate towards you, but it also, if you no longer are that thing that they found relatable, they are going to try everything in their power to keep you in this box. But there's so many other things beyond money that you can relate to Mary J. Blige about. Like, you probably got an ain't no good ex-husband too. Like, y'all got things to still relate to Mary about. Like, be serious. Anyways, let's move on to Billie Eilish really quick. I have to do this. I have to bring this up because every now and then an album comes out and there is a song on that album that I cannot stop listening to. When Cowboy Carter came out, it was Riverdance and Sweet Honey Buckin'. Like, I just repeat, flamenco, repeat. I remember when In the Summer Vacation came out with Miley Cyrus, rose-colored lenses, couldn't stop listening to it. Repeat. Billie Eilish just put out Hit Me Hard and Soft. And there is a song called Birds of a Feather. It, in my humble opinion, is by far the best Billie Eilish song she has ever done. It is so good. It is so well put together. I have listened to this song over 100 times, and the song just came out. I am obsessed with it. You would think, Kenya, don't listen to it so much. It's going to get played out. I've listened to it over 100 times, and I literally could listen to it again right now. It ain't been played out. I am just absolutely obsessed with it. Billie Eilish. Billie is always just going to give me one or two songs that I'm just like, oh, this is why she's her. This is why she is her. And that's what she did with Birds of a Feather. Next thing, Amber Rose just endorsed Donald Trump. Who's surprised? You guys, there is, whenever there is a person of color who isn't doing very well, keep in mind, I don't know what Amber Rose is up to. I can't imagine she's just high off the goddamn hog. Like, I mean, I ain't seen it nowhere, but that doesn't even matter. There is this thing where if a person of color is just kind of like career in limbo, you don't know where they're going, they are going to go down the conservative pipeline. They are going to go down the shock value pipeline. They are going to go, it is literally the POC struggling to Trump 2020 and Trump 2024 pipeline is so strong. It is so damn strong. And it's just, you're going to get more and more people. And every time a person of color comes out and acts like Trump is just so amazing, go look at where they at in life. Go see the last time somebody was streaming their music, watching their movies, going to their Instagram, doing anything with them. That does not surprise me. But Amber Rose, it's absolutely dangerous. It is absolutely dangerous to do that. The last thing I want to discuss is Francesca. Francesca is the black woman who is doing the stage play Romeo and Juliet with Tom Holland. And she has been met with so much vitriol and disgustingness. And I am just here to say, knock it off. I do not even want to give validity to anything that these people are saying because they don't even believe their own bullshit. There is this thing that racist people do online where they sit there and try to act like, oh, the reason why I have a problem with black people playing Romeo and Juliet is because like Romeo and Juliet were white people. Like, you know, it shouldn't be that way. But that would be nasty to begin with. They're being racist, but that's not actually why they're doing this. They're doing this because they just get to berate a black person. They just get to berate a black person. Like, they look for little things. They look for little things that, like, they should be mad about. And then they just berate this person because berating black people is fun to a racist person. Like, they pick up a cause that's already disgusting, like saying black people can't play The Little Mermaid or play Juliet and Romeo and Juliet. So they pick that and then they pile on to them. And then y'all sit there and try to explain to them, like, hey, black people have been playing Romeo and Juliet forever. It ain't that serious. Black people can be mermaids. We go back and forth with them earnestly, and you shouldn't, because they're not being earnest. They're only using this to just bully a black person. They're just doing this to bully a black. They don't care. I say that to say this. They don't care. They do not care about that Romeo and Juliet stage play the same way they didn't give a fuck about The Little Mermaid, the same way they don't give a goddamn about Snow White, the same way they don't actually care about any of these things. They just get to be nasty. They just get to be nasty, and that's what they are doing. And that is all that this is. They see this black woman doing a job next to somebody that they know, Tom Holland, and they're just like, let's tee off. That's what the racists of the internet are doing. That's all they're doing. They're finding little things to just all attack. That's what they're doing. And they don't care about this stage play because it doesn't matter to them. They're not going to go see it anyways. They wouldn't even know about it unless people who did want to be a part of it, see it, posted about it. If no one posted about this, they would never know about it because they don't actually care. They do not actually care. They are constantly looking for things to be outraged about, things that they should be outraged about because they're racist. And then they're just attacking them because they're bored. Because they're bored and they're online. And they can do it behind anonymous accounts. And they're weird. And they're just really, really weird. I wish Francesca nothing but the best. It's only up from here. She is so incredibly talented and beautiful, and she's just gonna keep going. She's just gonna keep going, and there's nothing you can do. Lastly, I said that was last, not the kicker on the Chiefs who had the gall to do a graduation speech and tell women they need to be in the kitchen. Knock that dumb shit off. Now it's kind of funny because it's unserious, and then things have come out about his mother being this like high-powered, educated, like career woman. And so it's just like, now what is this? But he gets on stage with a pound of hair gel telling women they need to be in the kitchen choke. Be in the kitchen choke. That is why I could never get online and peddle that traditional stay-at-home mom bullshit. Not because I have anything against y'all. It's just because of who also who wants that shit. I could never, because of who also is aligned with that shit. Knock it off. These people have spent so many years getting their degree. These women, these educated, smart women have spent so much time getting their degree. And some of them will go off to be housewives and mothers and all of those things. And if those things bring them joy, more power to it. But many of them are going to go off and be career women and be amazing, and they don't need you up on no damn stage telling them what they should and shouldn't be doing as the kicker, as a fucking kicker. Get the hell out of my face. I'll see you guys in the next one though. Peace.